the capital requirements.
Some of Nigeria's finest brains in business and entrepreneurship. They are here to share ideas with those young and budding business owners at this year's May Day edition of the platform, an event organized by the Covenant Nation.
Can you share one major lesson you
With this
learned
edition
from
aimed at building a
mistakes
successful
in your journey?
business in today's climate, these leaders shed light on areas of concern raised by the attendees of the 6-hour-long event.
There's nothing wrong in asking for help, in asking for the way forward, and then also finding out somebody who has made it happen before, and then speaking to those people. So when you failed multiple times, it's not those businesses that are failing. There's something fundamental that you are doing that is making these things fail. So if you cannot analyze these things yourself, you may need help for someone to analyze for you.
Even when you go to be a startup in the early days, and you're not at that level of scale with that structure or whatnot, because you've seen the way it works, right? You have that vision in mind, right? And so those are the things that really help me. And I think the last thing as well is flexibility. With the startup environment, there's a lot of iteration.
They underscore the need for creativity, innovation, and what to do in raising funds.
They take it very personal. And I keep telling my creatives, you are not creating for yourself. So most creative people are very finicky and selfish and protective of their creativity. So when you criticize it, they take offense, they take it personal. So first step is remove yourself from what you're creating because you're not creating for yourself. And then to be innovative, you must understand that you cannot create from a vacuum.
For us, particularly at the fund, we write checks of between $25,000 to $500,000, and never ever do I consider collateral. This is money we write off, quite frankly. But what is most important to us is how are you answering the question of turning one of Africa's challenges into global business opportunities.
And for couples running or planning to float businesses together, there's need to create a borderline.
If you work with your spouse, you need to depersonalize that relationship. And remember that this is not husband and wife matter. If you are running a business, you must be running a professionally run institution. That means that each person is constantly asking the question, if this was not my husband, if this was not my wife, what can I do? What can I say? Where are the boundaries?
While the role of integrity is key to the survival of any business, entrepreneurs must be clear about what they want from the word go.
But integrity also means that if you promise your staff that you will do X, Y, Z for them, you must do those things. It also means, on the other hand, that if you promise a staff that if you do this, you're going to get punished for it, integrity also says you must punish the person. So integrity to me is a credit facility. It makes people want to give you things because they know you will come through and you're not going to give excuses.
And I tell people every time, it's not every time you have to know what you are up to or what God is up to or what you are doing. But you should know in the least at any point in time what God cannot be up to. You should know what you can't be up to. And that is enough to give you a movement, right? And at the end of the day, you just keep going. Right, so a lot of times, even when you are not clear about the action you should take, you may begin with clarity about the action you should not take.
While the conversation ends in this hall, organizers are certain that the takeaway will create lasting impact that will birth more businesses that will strive locally and compete globally.